Hello and welcome to the OCVarsity Dugout Show. I am your host, Jonathan Khamis, being joined by Steve Fryer. This is the last week of league. We are at Foothill High School. And before we talk about the Knights, let's talk about our player of the week, Steve. Who you got?
Well, I got a sophomore right-handed pitcher, Michigan, Jake SPILLANE. Been great for the Diablos, who are one of the hotter teams in Orange County baseball. 3 consecutive shutouts in league pitching for Jake SPILLANE. Just a sophomore. Got a GPA of 3.9 something too. So Jake SPILLANE, maybe Scholar Athlete of the Week as well, Jonathan.
Okay, well, let's get back to Foothill. The Knights are killing it in the North Hills League. They actually won the league already. They got that all sewed up. They're going to be heading into the playoffs soon. They're ending this year with Yorba Linda. But what has impressed you with the Knights so far? Because, you know, they're usually good every year. Here's Steve with Vince Brown coaching them up.
Yeah, Vince Brown, what a veteran coach, has had so many great teams and great players. Foothill this year, like so many teams in Orange County baseball this year, they don't have a big hitter. They don't have a lot of mashers anymore. And I think a lot of that has to do with, the fact the bats are like swinging wet sponges sometimes out there. So it's got to be a lot of good pitching and a lot of good defense, executing, putting the ball in play. When you got guys on base, got to move them along. Foothill's following that formula quite well.
That's small ball, what you just described. All right.
In too many words.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, well, we caught it with Coach Vince Brown and a couple of his players. Here's what they had to say.
I really believe the North Hills division's far better this year than it was last year, and it's been challenging for us to get through the North Hills. Last year we lost one game the very last week of the season. This year we've had to work hard to get some wins and work hard to be where we're at.
You're seeing a lot less errors. Like when our pitchers throwing strikes, putting balls, and having the guys put balls in plays, we have a solid D behind it. We have very few errors throughout the year. And when our defense is hot, like we can just go games forever.
Just basically bulldog mentality, just get the job done, whatever it takes. Just got to be a competitor.
All right, thanks to Foothill for hosting us here on the Dugout Show. More leagues to talk about. Let's talk Trinity here, Steve. Jay Sarah kind of has it locked in the top spot at number 1, but number 2, Orange Lutheran and Santa Margarita are going to go at it this week in a 3-game series. They're both tied at second place, so this is crucial.
Yeah, and hanging in there, trying to get into that third spot is Modern Day as well. Only the top 3 teams in the Trinity League and in all 5 and 6 team leagues will go to the playoffs. There's going to be no room for large teams this year in the playoffs. It's just going to be brutal. You got to finish 3rd or higher in the 5 and 6 team leagues. Big week in baseball for a lot of teams. Trinity League, that's going to be a fun series. Margarita and Orange Lutheran, a lot of good baseball players. 2 top 10 county teams going at it.
Yeah, always good baseball when those 2 teams face off against each other. Another league now, Pacific Coast League. We have 2 teams that are up here, up to the top of the list of league. Beckman and Woodbridge both have about 10 wins right now. Also, Corona Del Mar on the other side there. Beckman actually plays Woodbridge and CDM this week, so another fun week in the PCL.
I'm going to be at the Beckman-Woodbridge game on Tuesday at Windrow Park. I'm looking forward to that an awful lot. That is a really good league. The top 3 teams in that league are really good, Jonathan. I think you could put all 3 in your county top 15 or so. So the Pacific Coast League is a really, really fine league. University and Irvine, right there. Northwood's had a good year as well. But really the top 3, it's kind of a top-heavy league. Those 3 teams are all really nice.
Okay, finally, Empire League. Cypress, they're up top as usual, 8-0. They're taking on Kennedy this week. We saw Kennedy a little bit last week, Steve. They're pretty good, 7-1. They're playing this week.
Yeah, they're pretty solid team. I think Coach Colby over there at Kennedy, he's on my short list for County Coach of the Year. Done a really good job over there. Split with Tustin last week. Tustin's really good as well. But Cypress has been the cream of the division for quite some time, and undefeated. They got 0 losses so far in league. Kennedy's going to try and change that this week. We'll see what happens. Cypress has got a really fantastic team. James Acuna on the hill, the Cal State Fulton signee, the Arkansas bound kid, Dominic Fletcher out in center field. Talk about players of the year. Dominic Fletcher is definitely in the running.
You better believe it. Hey, there's another Cal State Fullerton kid behind us. Son of the coach, right?
Yeah, Dylan Brown. Isn't that fun? We talked to Coach a little bit, as we mentioned earlier in the program, that coaching his son is a lot of fun. Anybody who's coached their son at any level, it's kind of hard to balance it out. Coach Vince Brown's been trying to do that. He said, like you said, he's looking forward to when it's over, but he's going to miss it when it's over.
I can't wait to coach my son. Got to potty train him. It's going to be tough, Steve. All right, well, thanks to Steve Fryer for all the info on the OC Varsity Dugout Show. This is the last week of league. No room for error because next week the playoffs start, Steve.
Yes, and on Monday we'll have all the baseball brackets at OCVarsity.com upon release. It's going to be happening in the morning, 7 divisions. Be a lot of Orange County teams in there. We got Huntington Beach trying to get in the playoffs to defend their Division I title. Mission Viejo Division II champs last year. A lot of good baseball.
And we will have a OC Varsity Dugout Show previewing the playoffs, so you definitely don't want to miss that.
Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go next week?
Oh, my goodness. It's up in the air.
Yeah.
You know, it's up to the viewers to decide. And by viewers, I mean whoever wins. Whichever team wins. All right, guys.
Send the emails. We'll find out where we're going to go.
Yeah, Steve loves those emails, everybody.
I get them.
sfryer@ocregister.com, right?
That is I.
Yeah. Okay. I'm your host, Jonathan Khamis. That's Steve Fryer. Once again, check out OCVarsity.com for all your latest baseball updates, and thank you for watching.